Alright, welcome on in, everyone. Uh, where's it put me? Okay, I get the complete day. That doesn't matter. All I did was skip the
Get
morning
prepared. Be ready to give
Now it's day 41. Things were beginning to feel pretty hopeless. I only had today and tomorrow left until the next round of the invader hunt began. If it comes down to it, can we keep looking for the QD liquid while also earning enough points to stay in the game? Oh great, a visitor, that's all I need. It was Moko. It seemed like she'd come to continue our conversation from yesterday, although she didn't have Kyoshiko with her this time. Hey Moko, what was all that about yesterday? You were acting really weird. If there's something you want from me, just come right out and say it. Okay, well, how'd you like to hire me, Takumi? Hire you? For what? Where's this coming from? You might not think it by looking at me, but I've got other talents besides my strength. I can handle any kind of job you want. Manual labor's a given, but I can cook too. I'd make a great bodyguard when you're going anywhere dangerous. I'm there for you 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Noko Mojiro, every home should have one. Yeah? Pretty awesome value, don't you think? I have no idea what she's talking about anymore. Why do I have to get saddled with this bizarre sales pitch first thing in the morning? Alls I'm saying is I'll work real hard for you, Takumi. I'll do anything you want, so in return for that...
Won't you do something to save my dear friend?
Huh?
Your dear friend? Wait, are you talking about Nozomi? She did want my help with Nozomi yesterday, I knew it. The physical condition of the other members of the Special Defense Unit. If anything bad were to befall Lady Nozomi, What happened to Nozomi, Moko? That's the thing. I don't really know what's wrong with her. She suddenly collapsed 3 days ago, and she's been getting worse and worse ever since. This morning, it was hurting her just to breathe. At this rate, I'm worried she might die. Nozomi can't use the revival magic. If she dies, she's gone forever. I don't know what caused this, so I have no idea what to do about it. Doesn't seem like a regular cold, so I've gotta wonder if it's some kind of disease she already had in her. I really need any help I can get here. That's why I came to you. You're from the future, so I figured you might know something about Nozomi that I don't. Now it makes sense. That's what you were trying to ask me yesterday. Yeah. Please, Takumi, save Nozomi. I know I've got some nerve asking you for help after the way we've all treated you. But you're her only hope. I'm begging you, save her life and I'll dedicate mine to you. Tears streaming down her face, Moko got down on her knees and bowed her head in supplication. Moko, come on, you don't have to do that. Of course I'll help. All you had to do was ask. If Nozomi's suffering, I can't just stand by and let it happen. I want to do something about it. That's what friends are for. Thank you, Takumi. Thank you so much. I gave Moko a tissue to dry her eyes, not to mention her nose. Once she'd calmed down a little, I got her to tell me more about Nozomi's condition. Based on what you've told me, I might know what the problem is. It sounded a lot like what had happened to Nozomi in my first timeline. Unhealthy, pallor, fever, labored breathing. I'd seen her suffer like that before. Could only mean one thing. I'm honest, it's just as you said, my condition is due to rejection symptoms. What are rejection symptoms? Chemo anima is rejecting me. I think Nozomi is probably going through rejection symptoms from her cryptoglobin. It's not very compatible with her body, so it flares up and gives her a bad fever sometimes. So Her body's turning against her, kind of like with steroid abuse. Does that mean this could happen to the rest of us too?
Ah.
No, this is a Nozomi only thing. It's because she's not an official member of the Special Defense Unit.
Huh.
Official? What do you mean by that?
Hmm.
Well, Nozomi's different from us. I told Moko the truth about Nozomi. About how Nozomi got here, how she snuck in and joined this war of her own free will. Basically, the whole story that I'd heard from Nozomi herself last time. Her mother was a researcher working at Kamakura General Hospital where she was involved in a project to save humanity. Specifically, that project involved transfusing cryptoglobin into human hosts. Nozomi had offered herself as a research subject to help make that project a success. But something went wrong and the cryptoglobin didn't bond with her the way they'd expected. Nevertheless, they continued with their research. The project was eventually shut down by their higher-ups, and Nozomi's mother was so heartbroken that she took her own life. After that, Nozomi snuck into Kamakura again and again, trying to figure out the truth behind why the project had ended. Eventually, she found it. The people in charge were building a special squad of youths with the power of cryptoglobin, in other words, the Special Defense Unit. Her investigations led her deeper into the heart of the hospital. And in a room packed with strange capsule-like machines, she found us. Realizing that we were the Special Defense Unit she'd heard about, she got inside a pod herself. When we were sent here to the planet's surface, she came as well, ending up at second to last Defense Academy.
Huh?
To put it simply, Nozomi was never meant to be here. Her mom's experiments on her were deemed failures. In spite of that, she had been fighting so hard all this time. I guess it's only natural that it would take its toll on her body sooner or later. That Nozomi. I can't believe she never told me any of this. Does she really think I'd care if she's not an official member of the team? She's my friend. I'd love her no matter what. Yeah, I know none of that would matter to you. That was why I'd felt comfortable sharing this information. If anyone could be trusted with Nozomi's secret, it was Moko. So Takumi, how do we stop these symptom thingies? There's some kind of medical herb that'll help. I'll run out and get some right now.
Ah.
No, there's only one thing that will help Nozomi now, and that's cryptoglobin. It's got cannibalistic qualities. In the experiments, we were looking for a way to reduce rejection symptoms, so we tried getting the blood to consume itself. My mom transfused additional cryptoglobin, and then the rejection symptoms stopped.
Huh?
So by absorbing cryptoglobin, we can mitigate the rejection? A lot of this is going over my head, but that's basically what we need to save her, right? Cryptoglobin. Well, the best way to get more is by defeating a commander. Okay, that settles it. I'm gonna go find a commander and lay a beat down on him. I'll bring him back alive so Nozomi can... Wait, Moko, we already have some cryptoglobin right here. Oh, we do. I got some at the end of the battle on day 33, remember? I handed Moko the prize the sponsor had given me for being in the top 3 in the ranking. Inject this into Nozomi and her symptoms will settle down, I'm sure of it. The cryptoglobin in the vial looked the same as it did the night I got it. It still had its power. You sure you're okay with just giving away your prize? It's a small price to pay if it'll save Nozomi's life. Go on, take it. Thank you, Takumi. I don't know how I can ever make this up to you. Don't sweat it. I'm just doing what anyone else would do. Takumi, you really are a great guy. Okay, I'll take it. Take it. Thanks again. I'll go to Nozomi's room and give it to her right now. Moko bowed her head one last time and rushed off to deliver the life-saving vial. Get better soon, Nozomi. I can't just sit around and worry all day. I still have things I need to do. If we don't find that QB liquid soon... We met up with Yugamu and Tsubasa, and we began our search for the day. We searched and we searched. But just like before, we failed to find any QB liquid. Our respite from the killing game was almost over and we had nothing to show for it. 42.
Get prepared. Be ready to give you.
Day 42 already. This was the last day of our week off. Tomorrow the invader hunt will begin again. The three of us would have to balance our search for the QB liquid with earning points to stay in the game. That was even possible. Is that Moko? She's probably come to tell me how Nozomi's doing. I hurried to the door and opened it. Standing there was... Morning, Takumi.
Huh?
Nozomi, you're alright? Yep, I feel better than ever, thanks to the cryptoglobin you gave me. I wouldn't have pulled through if it wasn't for you. I just had to come here and thank you in person. There's no need for that. All I did was pass on something I didn't need myself. Since you're here, I should probably apologize. For what? I told Moko your secret about your past.
Huh?
I'm sorry. I know it wasn't my place to do that, but when I heard you were sick, I couldn't help myself. Don't worry about it. You decided that was what you needed to do to save me, right? Well, I'm back to normal now, so I'd say you made the right choice.
Huh?
So, Moko came and gave me a big hug this morning, and she told me, I don't care where you're from or who you were before this. Official, unofficial, it's all the same to me. Because right here and now, you're my friend, and I love you. Nothing's going to change that. I was so happy I burst into tears. Knowing that people accept me for who I am, it's so wonderful. Nozomi's smile was so pure, so radiant, I felt myself getting a little emotional too. I really can't deny that By the way, Moko is really grateful too. She's trying to think of the perfect way to pay you back, as she put it. Even Kyoshiko wanted to thank you. Here, take this. Nozomi handed me an old-fashioned envelope with letter of thanks written on it. Kyoshiko wrote this for me. I thought for sure she'd still hated me. My hands were trembling as I gently opened the envelope and read what was inside. Sir Takumi, I offer you my most sincere thanks for saving Lady Nozomi's life. Truly, I owe you a debt of gratitude I may never be able to repay. I wish I could be there to tell you this in person, but I feel too ashamed of my past treatment of you to do so. Though I cannot undo the events of the past, I offer myself at your complete disposal that we may create a better future together. I remain, sir, your humble servant, Kyoshika Magado. She told me she was willing to do anything to earn your forgiveness. Her exact words were, I will dedicate myself to Sir Takumi's service. Service? Seriously? It's not like I'm some kind of feudal warlord. She is serious. I know because I feel the same way.
Huh?
Wait, does she mean what I think she means? Say, Takumi.
Would it be alright if the three of us joined your team?
Obviously, I would have welcomed Nozomi with open arms, but this wasn't a decision I could make on my own. I tracked down Yugamu and Tsubasa, and once we'd discussed the matter... Nozomi, Moko, Kyoshika, welcome to the team. We are so stoked to have you girls on our side. I'm glad to be on the same team as you again, too. Sorry I left the last one so suddenly. The others approved the new additions to our team without a second thought. You don't mind me asking, what brought on this sudden change of heart? Was it just out of gratitude to Takumi for saving Nozomi, or is there more to it than that? We realized it was going to be hard for just the three of us to survive from here on, especially with my condition. We figured if we were going to have to sell our services to anyone, we wanted it to be to Takumi. Sir Takumi, you are so magnanimous, accepting a lowly wretch like me. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Could definitely use some extra members too, so it sounds like a good deal for all of us.
Oh.
Just remember, Takumi is the leader, he's the one calling the shots. We need you to follow his orders, or this team will fall apart when things start to get tough. You think you can do that? Absolutely. Book our matches however you want, Takumi. Glad we understand each other. Now that that's settled, once again, welcome to the team.
Oh.
Takumi, how about you tell our new members what we're all about here? Okay. It was finally time to tell the girls the truth about our team. The name told them a lot already. We were the anti-sponsor alliance. However, we'd actually given up on fighting the sponsor directly. Our current plan was to repair and activate the escape pod, leaving the killing game behind. Put it simply, our goal isn't victory, it's escape. It may sound irresponsible, running away from our problems like this, but the alternative is complete annihilation. Once we're back on the artificial satellite, we can get ourselves together and figure out a new course of action. Sounds like a plan to me, I'm in. Nothing wrong with flipping through the ropes and leaving the arena before they can take the belt from you. Right, we need to prioritize our lives. So long as we survive, humanity still has a chance. Thanks, guys. What about you, Kyoshika? Are you okay with doing things this way? I know it must be frustrating to give up on avenging Kurara. Hey, if this is what you've decided, I have no objections. You're my lord and master now, Sir Takumi. I will follow you even into hell and back. Master, I have made my choice to devote my life to you, come what may. I am your servant, your faithful hound. Your word is law. A true samurai follows their lord's orders without question. If you order me to die, I'll gladly plunge a knife into my heart. You really don't have to go that far. If you order me to strip, I'll gladly bear all here and now. That's terrible. Please keep your clothes on. Do not be so shy, Sir Takumi. I must atone for the past somehow. The things I said, the way I treated you, they were an insult to your honor. I need to take responsibility, and I'm prepared to suffer any humiliation to do it. I'm telling you, that's all in the past now. We're friends again, so let's just forget about it, okay? Are you sure? This is a rare chance for you to see a noble young lady's body, no strings attached.
What's the matter? Don't you want to see me naked? Huh?
Okay. Why are you getting so forceful about this? And well, it's not like I won, like, oh my god. Takumi? I don't believe you, Takumi. I'm so disappointed in you. Oh, wait, I didn't mean it like that. I was just... In a few short seconds, Kyoshika had done more to damage my reputation with the girls than all my past mistakes put together. Had the sponsor sent her here to sabotage me. Okay. Enough kidding around. Let's get back on topic. In terms of our immediate plans, we should start tomorrow by... Hold on, Takumi. I think we can save all that for later. Our alliance has just entered a glorious new era. It'd be a waste not to celebrate. Why don't we throw a party? Party now? Fostering good morale and camaraderie is part of a leader's duties too, you know. I just so happened to have brought along a bunch of snacks for everyone. I've got drinks too. Who wants what? When did you guys... Sounds good to me. I'll take a protein shake energy drink cocktail. Is there any amazaki? I should really allow Sir Takumi to slather me in his sticky white fluid to prove my loyalty. Oh my god. Phrasing, Kyoshika. Do you even think about what you're saying? I'll just have an orange juice. What would you like, Takumi? I'll have what you're having. So. Eventually everyone had a drink and we decided to make a toast. Well then, I now call on our team leader for a profound yet tasteful and totally original speech to get things started. Great, no pressure, huh? Suddenly everyone's eyes were on me. What was I supposed to say? We are gathered here today
to bear witness to the union of a new team.
Don't be so stiff. You sound like you're officiating at a wedding.
Yeah!
Loosen up, Takumi. Speak from the heart. Smile like a president at a press conference, and do a double peace sign. With everyone encouraging me, I felt the tension in my shoulders start to ease up a little. I've never been good at stuff like this, but here goes. Everyone, thank you for joining the team and agreeing to follow our plan. Even if we have to sacrifice our honor and dignity for it, the Anti-Sponsor Alliance will survive. Together, I know we can make this happen. We can get back to the satellite without anyone else dying. Let's drink a toast to that goal. Here's to our survival. To our survival. And so, for the first time in a long time, we let loose and enjoyed hanging out for a while. Things started off fairly quiet, like we were all getting to know each other again, but it didn't take long to descend into chaos.
So basically, they lured away a lot of big stars with fat paychecks and creative freedom clauses built into their contracts. But that meant they weren't fostering new talent, and when they actually got bought out by their composition... Hey, you listening, Takumi?
Moko? That's not Takumi. It's the wall.
Stop it, holy Jumanji sword! You can't go flashing your blade like that in front of everyone! Don't look at me like that! I've pledged myself to Sir Takumi. I must remain faithful to him. No! Don't stop! Oh my!
Why are you acting like a bunch of drunks? None of these drinks even have alcohol in them.
You can thank me for that. I added a little of this powder to our refreshments to make everyone extra happy.
This goes way beyond happy.
The party was a spur-of-the-moment thing, and it got pretty crazy toward the end, but it was still a lot of fun. All I'd ever wanted was for everyone to be comfortable around each other, to be happy. I was going to burn this scene into my memory to remind myself of what I was fighting for, what I was fighting to protect. I wouldn't let anything tear us apart again. Fun. Here we go again, though. This is it. Our break from the killing game is over. Today was the first day of the Invader Hunt's second round. In a lot of ways, it was going to be similar to the first round, but at the opening ceremony, we learned that one rule would be different. The second round will be extended to last 15 days instead of 10. Are there any objections? I doubt you'd care if there were. Can you at least tell us why you're changing the schedule? I don't want the executions to become too frequent, and several of you have died already. Rara, Osuzuki, Hiroko, Shizuhara, Shoma, Ginza. I didn't think we'd lose 3 hunters just in the first round. You killed 2 of them yourself, asshole. My point is, if the executions continue at this point, you'll be wiped out too soon. That is not my aim here. The Invader Hunt must continue for as long as possible. Why did they change the time frame like this? And so suddenly? Is easing up the pace really all there is to it? No use trying to figure out what the sponsor's thinking at this point. Now that it's been decided, we just have to go with it. And don't worry, you and me are the toughest buddy duo at this academy. We'll make it through to the end of this round easy. We're buddies now, huh? Much like in the first round, Yugamu and I were working as a pair. The rest of the Alliance were exploring a different area. I would have preferred us all stay together, but... Personally, I think we should split into 2 groups. Yugamu had proposed this idea to everyone the night before. As you know, we need to find this QB liquid stuff while also earning enough points to stay in the game. Inefficient to have us all searching in the same place. Now that we've got more members, we should spread out a little. So how about we go in these teams tomorrow? They're basically the same as the first round, but we can always switch people around if we need to. We'll meet up here at the end of every day and report on our progress. That sound good to you, oh fearless leader? I got swept up in the moment last night, but are you sure about these team formations? What's the problem? Did you want me to put you with Nozomi instead? Come on, I'm serious. Can the two of us really survive on our own? It's been 10 days since I last fought any invaders. What if I've gotten rusty and slow you down? Rusty? You? Not possible. Trust me. How can you be so sure? I told you before, didn't I? You've got talent. You're a natural-born killer. Now let's get moving. We don't want Takamaru and the others to steal our kills while we're here shooting the breeze. Yugamu began walking further into the ruined town. I followed. Okay, how about we look for invaders here? We can spend the morning earning points to secure our position. Sound good? Yeah, once we're sure we're not at the bottom of the rankings, we can focus on finding the QB liquid. And let's get our hunt on. Do you remember the secret I taught you? Of course, just detach myself and treat it like dull, mundane work. We wandered around in search of invaders. Jackpot, there's a whole swarm of them over there. Takumi, let's sneak around and hit them with a pincer attack. We found some invaders and we killed them. Detach yourself. It's just work. Detach yourself. It's just work. Detach yourself. It's just work. You might even be as good an assassin as me now, Takumi. Your growth is so impressive, it's almost frightening. Yugamu was right. I was more efficient at killing than I had been in the first round. I could feel it. I didn't get so worked up about it anymore. I'd barely broken a sweat. But was that really a good thing? This is weird, don't you think? I haven't been out on the hunt in 10 whole days. So why am I still so good at this? Keep telling you it's natural talent. Your potential defies normal logic. It makes no difference if you slack off. In the end, talent will bloom like a beautiful, deadly flower. I have an aptitude for killing. That idea still bothered me, but I didn't have time to fully unpack my feelings on the matter. Kill invaders, earn points, find QB liquid. Those were my priorities right now. Okay. I want to check something. I think I am getting adult. We'll turn this over. That seems better. Slightly. Continued hunting invaders for the rest of the morning. In the afternoon, we resumed our search in different ruined medical facilities. We sifted through the rubble until the sun started to go down. But in the end, we didn't find any QB liquid. We decided to head back before it got dark. We headed straight for the leisure lounge once we got back to the academy. Curious about the rankings for the new day, we checked the board.
They haven't changed all that much since the last time we looked.
The points from round 1 probably carried over into this one. That's good news for us, but anyone who was already near the bottom is gonna have an even harder time catching up now.
15 days from now, someone else will die. From the looks of things, it could be Ima or Kako. Or who knows, it might be me. We were all going to die eventually. That was the only thing we could be sure of, so long as the invader hunt continued. We needed to escape. We had to get away from this game and all the senseless killing.
You never know. Well then.
Good night. The nighttime announcement played like normal. That was the signal for our next anti-sponsor alliance meeting. Everyone got together in my room like we'd agreed. Everybody here? Okay, let's get started. I'd like each group to report on how their search went today, although Yugamu and I don't really have anything to report. We investigated an old factory, but there was nothing there but junk and rubble.
Oh.
Cheer up, Takumi. Our group came up empty-handed too. Why would that cheer me up? We accomplished nothing. Are you quoting something again, Kyoshika? Okay, well, even if we didn't find anything today, at least we're all in one piece. That's important too. Remember, even weak invaders can be a problem if they gang up on you, so I want you all to be careful. And if you run into a commander, don't even try to take them on. Just get out of there as fast as you can. Fighting an opponent that strong outside school grounds is only asking for trouble. For real, even Hiroko couldn't defeat one of them on her own. Say, Takumi, how many enemy commanders are still around anyway? So far as I know, just 4. We haven't fought the leaders of the squads 4, 7, 10, or 11. Out of all of them, the Squad 11 commander is one of the most dangerous. She's able to use auditory attacks to induce hallucinations and trap us in a dream world. A master of illusion, changing our dreams into nightmares. At least we aren't stuck on a train with her. What is that referencing? Reed, where are you? Is that the... I don't even know the name. It's a samurai. Or swords. How did you deal with that technique last time, Takumi? Yaku played some weird folk song over the school speakers to cancel out the commander's sound waves. So if the sound can't reach you, there's no hallucinations. Noise-canceling headphones should have the same effect then. We could probably make some with the Gift-O-Matic. We can keep them on when we're outside in case we run into that commander. Good idea. We'll start collecting the materials we need for him tomorrow. Yeah, I'm in. All of us wearing the same thing will make us feel like a real team, you know? Indeed, it's like having class rings or matching t-shirts. Why don't we make them different colors, like we're a team of spandex wearing heroes? Dibs on gold. Any champion worth her salt's gotta go for gold. And I will take silver, as befits a cool-headed swordswoman like myself. Nah, I think pink suits you better, Kyoshika, just like the cotton candy clouds inside your head. Are you calling me stupid again, or naive? Both are untrue. We stayed up late into the night discussing the design for the headphones. Yeah? Feel like that's not super important. Our first order of business today is collecting the materials for the headphones. Yeah, we'll need speakers and earplugs. I think we can find those over in the residential area. Let's take a look. Oh, you can skip it. Why not? Got the speaker. Got the earpods. Now we have all the materials we need to make headphones for the Alliance members. In that case, let's use the rest of the day to earn some points. Alright, let's get to work. Once the search for materials was over, it was time to get back to the hunt. Yugamu and I walked through the ruined cityscapes like usual, looking for groups of wandering invaders. Whenever we found any, we attacked before they had a chance to react. Attach yourself. It's just work. Attach yourself. It's just work. Attach yourself. It's just work. What is happening? I was killing even more efficiently than yesterday. My pulse hadn't gotten any faster. There wasn't a single bead of sweat on my forehead. I was acting like a seasoned assassin. But that didn't make sense. Until I came to the academy, I'd never killed anyone before. Yugamu, tell me what's going on. Why am I so good at killing all of a sudden? How many times are we gonna go over this? Talent, potential, a gift, call it what you want. You've got it, man. Was that all there was to it? Was I really just born with a natural affinity for cold-blooded murder? It was a simple enough explanation, but there was one lingering doubt that I couldn't seem to shake. You said that sometimes people are unaware of gifts like this, right? Gifts show up in many different ways. Sometimes they manifest later in life. Don't get too hung up on that. I was just thinking out loud. You have a talent for killing, and our current circumstances are helping you cultivate it. What more do you need to know? More than that, I need to know the truth. The whole truth. I was doing something I could never do before, and my proficiency was improving at a rate that didn't make sense. When I thought about that, fear welled up inside me. What in the world was happening to me? Yugamu, please, if you know what's really going on here, I need you to tell me. If you've modified me or something, I won't be mad. I just want to know the truth. I owed my life to Yugamu. If it hadn't been for him, those invaders I found on the first day of the hunt would have killed me for sure. I really wouldn't mind if it turned out he'd done something to me at some point. It was not knowing that was killing me. I'm begging you, Yugamu, tell me what's happening to me. I looked Yugamu in the eye and held his gaze. I didn't care what he said next, so long as it wasn't more lies. After a few seconds, he broke eye contact and let out an exasperated sigh. Okay. When you give me a passionate look like that, there's no way I can stay quiet about it. But this is your last chance to let sleeping dogs lie, Takumi. I don't think you're gonna like what you hear. You might even end up hating yourself. Are you prepared for that? I wouldn't have asked if I wasn't. I've been through hell and back already. You think I can't handle a little more? Alright, I gotta respect your determination. I'll tell you all about where your talent for killing comes from, and why it's developing so fast. That was ominous, but at least it was honest. This was an honest moment between the two of us, between Yugamu Omokage and Takumi Samina. First off, I swear by all I hold sacred that I haven't modified your body in any way. You believe me? Yes, if you're that serious about it, then I'll trust you. That said, your affinity for killing isn't as natural as I led you to believe. You have been modified. But not by me. You did it to yourself. What? When? Why don't I remember it? Maybe modified is misleading. If I mentioned absorption, would that ring any bells?
Yeah.
You mean this is because of absorbing cryptoglobin? You told us you came here from the future. Do you remember the first thing you did when you arrived here, on day 2 of this timeline? You killed Edo Otsuki and absorbed his cryptoglobin. Yeah, I did. But that wouldn't make me change this much, would it? No, I don't think so. Normally, that is. Absorbing cryptoglobin usually won't have any special influence on someone's personality, no matter how powerful it is. But when it comes to cryptoglobin, you're a rare case. Yours isn't like the rest of ours. What are you talking about? There's nothing weird about my cryptoglobin. I beg to differ. Let me jog your memory.
Ah.
You killed Edo Otsuki and absorbed his cryptoglobin in your previous timeline as well, right? I was right about that. I killed Edo on day 99, my first time around. In other words, you absorbed the same person's cryptoglobin twice, and in succession.
Ah.
If that's not a rare case, I don't know what is. So now you have a double dose of Edo's cryptoglobin in you. It's twice as concentrated,
Ah.
as is your Edo Otsuki-ness.
Including his rare talent for killing.
I began to tremble. My breathing was ragged. Edo. Of course. He was the most ruthless murderer I'd ever known. My first time here, he destroyed Siri, killed Hiroko, and took out Ava too, like none of their lives meant anything to him. He even killed the baby in the defense room. And I had inherited his ability, this talent from him. The first time I saw you, I felt a kind of kinship with you. There was something inside you, something just like me, but even more deadly. I could see it in your eyes. When you told us your story, I figured Edo must be the cause, and decided to try to develop it further. That's why I taught you how to be a better killer. Why would you do that? If you knew something so terrible was inside me, why didn't you just leave it alone? Because I knew we'd be needing a team ace. An ace? Let me tell you, when the sponsor showed up on day 25, I thought we were seriously screwed. There was no way a bunch of teenagers like us were going to get by in a world where monsters like that existed. If we were going to stand any chance of surviving, we'd need a monster of our own, someone worthy of being called the ultimate assassin. I'd always felt like Yugamu's attitude didn't make sense. Ever since the invader hunt began, he'd been weirdly supportive toward me. But now, it all added up. His aim had been to bring out the Edo in me. I really am sorry I did this to you, but it was the only way. It's going to happen to me now. Odds are, you'll get even better at killing. Then what? Oh no. Cryptoglobin is already one big mystery, and your case is unique on top of that. You don't know, but you did it anyway? Did this mean I was only going to get more and more like Edo from here on? What if my whole personality got overwritten by Edo's? Could that happen? Wait, the lapses in my memory. Did Edo's cryptoglobin cause them as well? Did he somehow take over while I was blacked out? That's not out of the question. It's especially suspicious that there's such a clear cutoff between your periods of lucidity. Could be that something happened to strengthen the Edo side of you during that time. My vision started to go fuzzy. My head too. I could barely string a coherent thought together anymore. I somehow returned to the academy after that, but didn't remember the journey. One moment I was wandering aimlessly, the next I was back. Oh no. My head started to clear. It looked like I was back in my room. I was laying on my bed, staring up at the ceiling. I found myself thinking back on the day Yugamu had offered to form a team with me. This was what you wanted all this time, Yugamu. I'd never completely trusted him. I knew he had to have some hidden motive, some plan up his sleeve. But it was never me he was interested in. It was Edo. I'd never have guessed that in a million years. Any sense of normality I'd been holding on to had been torn to shreds. It had been a shock when Takamura and the others had turned their backs on me, but that was nothing compared to what I was feeling now. Thinking about it now, though, maybe I had trusted Yugamu. Maybe that was why the truth hurt so much. It was like half of my soul had been ripped away. I felt so exhausted, so hollow, I couldn't even bring myself to sit up. I just lay there, thinking and doing nothing at all. Time passed, and before I knew it, it had gotten dark outside.
You never know. Well then.
Good night. The nighttime announcement played, and the other members of the Anti-Sponsor Alliance filled into my room. The headphones are finished. Everyone, pick a color. Tsubasa revealed her latest handiwork to gasps of admiration from the others. Wow, they're so cute. Thank you, Tsubasa. These look awesome. Words aren't enough. Let me do 10,000 squats to show my appreciation. Okay. You're a masterful mechanic, Lady Tsubasa. Your talent shines brighter than diamonds. Aw, you guys are too kind. Everyone took a pair of headphones and started trying them on. Silver definitely suits me best. It even matches with the Holy Jumonji sword. I'd like the yellow ones. I'd always thought of it as a lucky color. Maybe they'll bring the Alliance luck. I'll go with black. Makes it easier to lurk in the shadows and stalk my victims. I'll take blue. That color just kinda screams cool-headed mechanic to me.
Hey!
Gold all the way for me. These'll do great with my championship belt. The only pair left is red. I guess these ones are for me. Go on, Takumi, put them on. See how they feel. I'm sure red will suit you. Red is a leader's color. Convention has decreed it. Everyone looked at me expectantly. They all looked so excited, so happy. I'm sorry, guys. I can't accept these. Why not? Do you not like the design? No, they look great. The problem's with me, not them. See, there's something inside me. I told everyone what I'd learned earlier today. About how I had absorbed 2 doses of Ado's cryptoglobin back to back. How its influence was now making me more like him. How in the worst case scenario, my personality might actually be replaced with his. There's something else too. I've been getting weird lapses in my memory. Saying it out loud made the fear even worse. I hated to think I had a monster like Ado inside of me. If he ever took over, there was no telling what might happen. He wouldn't hesitate to kill everyone here, though. Like I'm possessed, cursed. So I've decided I'm gonna step down as leader of the Anti-Sponsor Alliance. I lowered my head in a show of contrition. It wouldn't be easy being on my own again, but I couldn't risk being a threat to my own teammates. I tried to tell myself I was fine with it, that it was better this way, but then... I laughed. The room suddenly erupted with laughter. It was so loud I couldn't help looking up. I'm possessed, cursed. You actually said that with a straight face. How adorably delusional. Hey, what's so funny? This is a genuine problem. Hey guys, don't laugh at him. I mean, the whole edgelord routine was kind of ridiculous, but still. I'm sorry, I just can't hold it in. Now even you're laughing at me. Boys are so silly sometimes. Even you, Nozomi. Well, this isn't the reaction I was expecting. What's with you guys? I'm being serious here. I know you are, sweetie. That's part of what makes it so hilarious. You've got no reason to be scared of this curse. You overcame it and made it work for you a long time ago. I've overcome it. Of course. You having that little bit of Ado in you has already helped you score a bunch of points in this game. You scored so much you even got that one prize from the sponsor. If it hadn't been for that vial of cryptoglobin, Nozomi wouldn't be here right now. You've got a new power and it allowed you to save a life. What's so cursed about that? I never thought about it that way before. It's true, though. I was only able to help Nozomi with her rejection symptoms because I'd killed so many invaders and placed high in the rankings. Whether it's a curse or a blessing, it's all about how you look at it. In the meantime, you just gotta keep being you, Takumi. It's nice of you to say that, but it doesn't make the problem go away. If Ado really does take over my body someday, then we'll just slap you around until you come to your senses.
That's what friends are for, right? Come on, have some faith in us.
Even if your body is consumed by the king of all curses, We'll send him back to hell in disgrace. You just couldn't resist getting another reference in there, could you? Whatever the origins of this power might be, I trust you to use it the right way, Takumi. You have a kind heart and a strong spirit to back it up.
Huh?
I was dazzled by the brightness of my friend's smiles. Not so long ago I'd felt completely alone, and now I had people who were this nice to me. It was almost too much to bear. Now that's settled, let's get back to the headphones. You don't want all our hard work to go to waste, do you? Come on, put them in. Okay. I took the headphones from Tsubasa and put them on. Red, blue, green. Wow. Red, blue, yellow, gold, silver, and black. My mind is racing faster than I can read. Each member of our team now wore one of those colors. We looked at each other and nodded. That brought today's meeting to an end. The others went back to their rooms. All except one person, who made no move to leave. Aren't you going to go too, Yugamu? Yugamu stood by the wall, his eyes downcast. Do you hate me for using you like this?
Huh?
Hate? No. I was surprised, though. Since this killing game started, you've basically been my closest friend. But now you tell me you only wanted to bring out Eido's characteristics from inside of me? Did I never matter to you at all? No use hiding it now. I'll be completely honest with you. When we first met, I thought you were a total dud. Aside from Eido's latent properties, there was nothing special about you. No charisma, no expertise, no talent. Wow, that's pretty harsh. Back then, I thought we'd be better off without you. If there'd been a way to switch your personality with Eido's, I'd have done it without a second thought. Okay, that's really harsh. I want to ask for your forgiveness. I think seeing Kurara die in such a horrible way made me a little crazy. I wanted the sponsor to pay. I wanted to make them suffer, even if it meant being less than humane in my method. But the more time you and I spent together, I found myself feeling more affectionate toward you. Affectionate how? You don't always make the best choices, and you're way too hard on yourself. But for all that, you never turn away from the light. Even when your friends turned their backs on you, you kept fighting for them. Want to know what I think your crowning moment was? When you dove headlong into danger to try and save Hiroko. When I saw you do that, I was grinning from ear to ear. I thought, who even is this maniac I've gotten myself involved with? And before I knew it, I was rushing in to join you. I never thought of myself as a team player until I started hanging out with you. That's right, I told Yugamu to run back then, but he stayed and fought with us. We had no chance of winning, but he joined us anyway. Rest easy, Takumi. You getting taken over by Eido's personality isn't possible. But if I know you the way I think I do, it'll never happen. Oh, isn't impossible. You'll tame those impulses and continue to give your all to protect your friends. That's just the kind of guy Takumi Samino is.
More than anything else, I trust you to do the right thing.
With that, Yugamu quickly left the room. He wasn't actually blushing, but he was giving off the same impression. He put up a happy-go-lucky front, but I guess even he got shy sometimes. They really trust me, huh? That thought had a profound effect on me. I was more determined than ever to keep my team alive. I'd repay their trust and get them all back to the artificial satellite safely, and to do that, I need to find some QB liquid, and soon. We hadn't found even a trace of any so far, but we couldn't give up yet. I'd find that liquid. Would. Definitely, categorically, without fail. And as it turned out, the very next day that prediction came true, although not in the way I was expecting. Oh, sponsor has it.
You never know. Well then.
Good night. I sat up and rubbed the sleep from my eyes. It was morning. Why was the nighttime announcement playing?
Huh?
Is the system on the fritz? I hoisted myself out of bed and checked the time. What? But when I took a look around, I almost wondered if I was still dreaming. It was dark. According to the clock, it was well past the time of the nighttime announcement usually played. What the hell? Was this really? If this really was the night of day 45, that would mean I'd slept through the entire day. Had I really been that tired, or had somebody done something to knock me out for the day? Just as I was wondering what the others were doing. Hey Takumi, are you feeling better? I opened the door and let Tsubasa in. For some reason, she seemed worried. Sorry about this morning. I shouldn't have forced you to help me. But you could have told me you weren't feeling well, you know.
Huh?
Not feeling well. Help you. I had no idea what she was talking about. So far as I knew, this was the first time I'd seen her today. Oh yeah, I've got something for you. I diluted it so we'd have more to go around. You should spray it on anything metal in your room just in case.
Ah.
What is this?
Huh?
What do you mean? The QB liquid you gave me. QB liquid? What's the matter? You've got QB liquid already? I was starting to think we'd never find any. Are you acting like this is the first time you're seeing it? You're the one who found it.
Ah.
I found it? No, that's not possible. Takumi, you're acting really weird. Tsubasa was looking at me with a mixture of confusion and concern, but then she gasped, like she'd suddenly figured something out. Did you lose part of your memory again? Seems that way. I can't remember anything that happened earlier today.
Ah.
What's going on, Tsubasa? Why do we have QB liquid all of a sudden? You told me what had happened. It was bizarre hearing about things I'd done but had no memory. Apparently, I'd gone to Tsubasa's room this morning and given her the QB liquid. Obviously, she was surprised and asked me where I'd found it. But I hadn't given her a clear answer. I only said I didn't remember where exactly. Tsubasa had impressed me. She was happy enough that we had the stuff we needed. After that, she'd taken me to the underground hangar and the two of us had set to work applying the liquid to the escape pod. We'd gone over the surface of the metal thoroughly to make sure the particle bacteria never ate into it again. Didn't take us long to finish, but then you got really exhausted all of a sudden. You said, I'm gonna go back to my room and take the rest of the day off. Now that the day's ending, you came to check on me. None of that had jogged any memories. It was almost like there was another me walking around, living my life without me knowing about it. Was this Ato's doing? Had what was left of him somehow taken over my body? But why would Ato go to the trouble of finding the thing we need to help us escape? Wouldn't he just go on a rampage and kill everyone?
Ah.
Actually, though, maybe it didn't matter why I didn't remember finding the QB liquid. Whether I remembered it or not, we had it now. That's what mattered.
Ah.
Tsubasa, let me get one thing straight. You said if we found the QB liquid, you'd be able to repair the escape pod, right? Does this mean you can do it now? Can you get the pod working early and get us out of here? If we could only do that, our troubles would be over. We could all escape this horrible game and go back to the satellite where things would be safe. Yeah, about that. Tsubasa looked away awkwardly. I can fix the pod, but it's going to take me at least 50 days. Oh. Okay, before we continue, I need the bathroom. I'm a running ad, so feel free to get up, stretch, grab a drink, and we'll be back shortly. Alright, welcome back. But 50 days. So then, we'd have to survive until day 95 before we could get out of here. At that point, it barely even qualifies as escaping early anymore. We gotten the members of our alliance together for the daily meeting and told them the bad news. Needless to say, they were all pretty shocked. The damage is really that bad, huh? Yeah. Turns out the bacteria ate into it deeper than I was expecting. Not just surface damage anymore, the whole thing's compromised on a structural level. I can't see it taking less than 50 days no matter what I do. I'm sorry, I'm just not skilled enough. Huh, Tsubasa, you don't have to apologize. That's right, if we didn't have you here, we wouldn't be able to repair it at all. No one was really to blame for this. Nozomi was right about that. It was just momentarily bad luck. Well, now that escaping early is off the table, we've got two options. Keep participating in the invader hunt right up to day 95. Or we can come up with a new plan to defeat the sponsor and end the game. The same choice I'd tried to avoid with this escape pod plan. You're up, team leader. What course is the Alliance going to take from here on? Naturally, the right and responsibility to make the choice fell to me. I couldn't waste time. I had to step up and give my teammates direction. Participating in the hunt is out of the question. The killing game keeps going all the way to day 95. People will die. Not just from the other team, but this one as well. Right, there's no telling when one of us could end up in last place, or run into a commander outside the school. That's why I can't let the invader hunt continue, but in order to end it, we'll have to take out the sponsor, for good this time. Yeah, and that's not going to be easy. It was bad enough when there was only one of them, but their having multiple bodies is definitely going to complicate stuff. I wonder how many there are in all. If we leave even one alive, it'll scuttle off and create more. They're like cockroaches. We'd overcome a lot of crazy stuff here at the Academy, but in fighting an enemy like the sponsor, we might finally have met our match. Everybody looked completely shell-shocked. The truth must have dawned on them too. How could we possibly deal with a situation as hopeless as this? But then...
I think I know a way to kill the sponsor.
Yugamu spoke up, offering us a light in the dark. Yugamu, what was that? Yeah, we can kill the sponsor, all of them. You're not kidding around, right? This is for realsies. Really? For real? For real. Truth is, there's an idea I've been sitting on for a while now. It was only really a vague notion until Shoma got executed. That's when I realized it could actually work. This method will kill the sponsor once and for all. You're that sure of it? Why didn't you say anything until now? The method I'm thinking of kind of goes against my principles. I'd have preferred not to use it given the chance. But it looks like my preferences are going to have to take a backseat. Guess that's what I get. Quit philosophizing. Just tell us what we need to do. You're gonna break out some finisher no one's ever seen before? Or summon a barrier that enhances your innate techniques to their utmost level? And once the sponsor gets drawn into your domain, you'll release everything you've got in one lethal attack? Toshika, maybe go sit quietly while we're talking about this. Tell us, Yugamu. This could be our big chance to avenge Karara. We all waited with bated breath to hear Yugamu's idea. A surefire way to destroy the sponsor, what could it be? But when he finally did speak up...
Sorry, guys. I'm keeping this one under my hat.
What? Why? This is no time to play coy, Yugamu. Don't get me wrong, I'm just exercising due caution. The element of surprise is essential to this plan. If the sponsor gets wind of it ahead of time, it'll all be for nothing. So you think one of us is gonna leak information to them? Not intentionally, no. Can't deny that when it comes to keeping secrets, some of us are more cautious than others. Bro, why is everyone looking at me all of a sudden? Maybe he was right. Maybe some of us were better off not knowing. This means you'll have to do it all on your own. Are you sure you can handle it? You know how powerful the sponsor is. And they're only getting stronger now that they've absorbed Karara and Shoma's cryptoglobin. That's exactly why I know we can win. The sponsor absorbs cryptoglobin to get stronger. That's the key to our victory. No, we're poisoning our blood again. Chaos holds power over us because it's unknowable. The more we learn about something, the more that power is diminished. The sponsor is going down. You can depend on it. Trust me. If this was anyone else, I might have my doubts, but Yugamu's an assassin. If there's one thing he knows about, it's killing. Alright, I trust you. It's all on you now, Yugamu. This was the third time the Anti-Sponsor Alliance had switched to a new goal. With Yugamu handling the plan to kill the sponsor, that only left one thing for the rest of us to do. Invader Hunt Round 2, Day 4. I headed out beyond school grounds to earn points like usual. Today, though, I wasn't hunting with Yugamu. Thanks for pairing up with me today, Takumi. I'll try not to slow you down. Instead, I had Tsubasa as my partner. I'll show you I can be just as efficient a hunter as anyone. I appreciate it, but don't push yourself too hard. I'll be the one doing most of the hunting. You just focus on backing me up. That way, you'll get a decent amount of points with only a fraction of the work. Our focus today was exploiting the point distribution system to bolster Tsubasa's rank. We couldn't afford to let her fall into last place. We're leaving the entire plan to kill the sponsor in your hands, Yugamu. You don't have to tell any of us what it is. Well, can you at least tell us how much time you'll need to get it ready? Not very long, although it's unlikely I'll be able to enact it before the end of the second round. The sponsor will be in the ground before the start of the round 3. Ugh. Some of these translations beat up me. I can promise you that much. So if we can just avoid being executed at the end of this round, we'll be able to end the invader hunt and prevent any more deaths? It's about the size of it. Basically, all you guys need to worry about is not ending up in last place. Takumi and I will do everything we can to help out, obviously, but the real problem is you, Tsubasa. Right now, you're 8th out of 10. That's pretty near the bottom. Yeah, things aren't looking good for me, huh? I'm still not used to fighting outside the school, so I've barely been able to hunt any enemies. In that case, we'll have to get you some support points without you killing invaders directly. I found out there was a secret to the invader hunt point system. Even hunters that didn't actually kill invaders could still earn points by supporting their allies in battle. I have a suggestion if you're interested. Starting tomorrow, why don't you take my place and go out hunting with Takumi, Tsubasa? Me and Takumi. He's the top hunter in the whole alliance. You'll probably earn a lot of points just from being around him. That's okay with you, Takumi. I don't mind, but what are you going to do, Yugamu? I'll be taking a break from hunting for a while. If you want me, I'll be holed up in the escape pod hangar, working on the plan. Much as it pains me to relinquish my position as your hunting buddy, it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Look there, Tsubasa, a big group of invaders. Surprise attacks are effective in situations like this, so we'll sneak up on them quietly. Right, sneaking quiet. How do you walk without making too much noise again? Seems pretty nervous. Then again, she's always been the type to get stressed out easily. You scared? It's okay, just close your eyes and stay next to me. Here, give me your hand. Oh, okay. I held Tsubasa's hand as we snuck closer to the invaders. And then we struck. Detach yourself. It's just work. Detach yourself. It's just work. Detach yourself. It's just work. It seems like I'm in pretty good form today. If I kept mowing down invaders like this, Tsubasa was bound to get some of the points I earned. Wow, Takumi, you're amazing. I knew you were strong, but that was something else. You were all swish, swish, swish. Just a little something Yugamu taught me. The double dose of Eido's cryptoglobin helps too. But still, you were awesome. So strong, so manly.
It seems like only yesterday you were an awkward little half pint. Pretty soon you'll be all grown up.
What are you, my mom? Also half pint? Really? Let's get moving. Can't waste time talking when there's invaders to hunt. I started walking again, pulling Tsubasa along behind me. We needed to make every kill count. Sheesh, what's with the alpha male act all of a sudden? Being so forceful with the girl, don't get too big for your Takumi-sized boots. I ignored Tsubasa's grumbling and let it fade into the background. I didn't have time to be delicate with her right now. We spent the rest of that day walking around the ruins hunting invaders. We killed a lot of them. Alright, that should do it for today. You should be safe from falling to last place now, Tsubasa. Great, thanks for this, Takumi. I can't believe we took out this many invaders, just in one day. I say we, but really, all I did was watch. Don't sweat it, it's a leader's job to help out his allies when they're in trouble. I'm glad we have a dependable leader like you around. You're really growing into the role. Weird though, I never imagined I'd be spending time with you like this, just the two of us. Not after I alienated you like everyone else did at the start of the game. Tsubasa's expression suddenly clouded over, like she was about to cry. I'm really sorry for back then. You're such a great guy, and we treated you like trash. Every time you do something nice for me, I get reminded of that. You're too good to me. Forget about it. It's all in the past. And it made sense at the time. Maybe, but... If anything, I think it's a good thing that you all alienated me back then. A good thing? Why? It made me appreciate just how much of a difference having someone on your side can make. Now that people have decided to stand by me, I'm more determined than ever to keep them safe.
That includes you too, Tsubasa. I'll protect you. For all the rest of our lives.
The rest of our lives? Yes, I'll always be here for you. That's great and all, but when you put it like that, it almost sounds like... Tsubasa? Hey, what's wrong? Are you not feeling well? Ah, jeez, Takumi, you big dummy.
I look away for a minute and suddenly you turn into a total Casanova. Where did I go wrong?
Why do you keep talking about me like I'm some wayward soul? Whatever, that's all for today. I'm going back to the school. Hey, don't run off by yourself, it's not safe. I ran after Tsubasa as she stormed her way back to Last Defense Academy. Feeling a little winded after the journey, we went straight to the leisure lounge. Where are we placed now? Jeremy still on top, probably. Once there, we checked the rankings.
Nice! I went up a place. What a relief. And I owe it all to you, Takumi.
Don't get comfy yet. It won't take much for Takemaru and the others to overtake you. We'll have to keep it up and get you some more points tomorrow.
I had to keep the members of the anti-sponsor alliance out of last place. As their leader, that was my responsibility. Of course, that also meant we'd be forcing someone from Takamaro's team into last place instead. I tried not to think about that side of things too much. I wasn't some omnipotent savior. No matter what I did, I couldn't save everyone. Having checked on the rankings, Tsubasa and I went back to our rooms to rest. Then, when night fell,
Hetty. You never know. Well then.
after the announcement played, everyone from the Alliance got together in my room.
Hey!
You helped Tsubasa go up a rank in just one day. Nice going, Takumi.
Huh.
The way you fight to protect Lady Tsubasa is truly inspiring.
Huh.
You're like a stone-cold professional killer. I don't know about stone cold, but I agree with the professional part. You were swinging your sword practically at the speed of light. Come on, guys. I'm just doing what any decent leader would. I don't know how to deal with everyone being so nice to me. This cheery atmosphere is going to take some getting used to. Anyway. Enough about me. How's your progress, Yugamu? Is your plan to take down the sponsor still going smoothly? Yugamu had spent the whole day in the escape pod hangar, working on the method he thought up to kill our invincible adversary. The exact details were still a secret, of course. None of us had any idea what this method was. Yep, no problem here. Everything's going according to plan. When I spring my little trap, the sponsor will die. No ifs, ands, or buts. The sponsor would die. That was a reassuring thought. But how exactly are you going to kill the sponsor, Sir Yugamu? I've been so curious I can barely eat. We're all allies here. Can't you tell me what this ingenious plan of yours is? Just a hint will do. Just a teensy-weensy little hint of a hint. Knock it off, Kyoshika. Yugamu's in charge of killing the sponsor. That includes whether or not he wants to keep it a secret. If my lord commands it, I suppose I have no choice but to back down. Carry out this plan however you want, Yugamu. We're putting all our trust in you. Thanks, I won't let you down. Soon enough, you'll be sitting up and begging to thank me for my efforts. Sit up and beg? What are we, your pets? I could only hope it was a good sign that Yugamu felt comfortable enough to joke around. If we could all survive to the end of this round and end the killing game, our futures would be a whole lot brighter. Once the sponsor's gone, that only leaves the invaders to deal with. Indeed, we need only defend the school until day 100, and our victory will be complete. After the invader hunt, defensive battles are gonna be a breeze. I'll take on any and all challengers that come our way. I think so too. The sponsor is the only real threat to us right now. We can just take them out of the picture. We'll have basically already won. Victory, ending the war, winning the war, the idea was so exciting. It was intoxicating. Just a little more, one final push and it would all be over. No more going out hunting to earn points, no more sponsor lording their power over us. Peaceful days like that were just around the corner. However, the hope we felt in that moment blinded us to the truth. Whenever life appeared to hand us a victory, there were always strings attached. When things seemed to be going well, we needed to be more careful than ever. The Anti-Sponsor Alliance had forgotten that, but we'd received a cruel reminder the very next day. Commander comes out. I choked wordlessly, unable to comprehend the scene playing out in front of me.
Nozomi!
Nozomi on the ground, covered in blood, my other friends barely standing, ragged from exhaustion. And in the middle of all this carnage, the one responsible for it. I recognized that monstrous form.
Squad 10, Commander!
Why did we have to run into him now, of all times? We could If we just could have made it through the second round, everything would have been fine. So why? Why now?
What is the commander even doing here?
This morning, Tsubasa and I went out hunting like the day before. I wanted to keep earning points with her just in case. For the first few hours, everything had gone well. We killed a ton of invaders. Just before noon, we switched gears and headed to a meetup with the other Alliance members. We'd all decided to have a picnic lunch together. The two of us made our way to the rendezvous point, feeling pretty good about everything. But when we got there, it wasn't a nice laid-back picnic that greeted us. It was this. The commander must have attacked Moko and the others while they were out on the hunt. Battle had ensued, Nozomi was wounded, and I guess that's when we showed up.
Damn it! How dare you do this to my friends?
The full implications of this situation were becoming clear to me. If I didn't do something quick, they would all die, and there'd be no bringing them back. But before that... Tsubasa, get out of here, go back to the academy. The whole reason I was hunting with Tsubasa was that she wasn't used to fighting outside school grounds. I couldn't let her take on a commander. I'd just have to cover her until she could safely escape, or so I thought. No, I won't run away this time, Tsubasa. I ran when Hiroko and Doremi needed help. I ignored them and left them to die. She must be talking about that time we ran into the Squad 3 commander. I jumped in to help Hiroko and Doremi back then, but Tsubasa was too scared. Scared of dying.
What?
Don't dwell on the past, just go. No, I won't. Not this time. I'm not running away anymore.
Yeah.
Tsubasa, wait, you can't charge in on your own. She wouldn't listen. She was already running full speed into the fray. There was no time to stand around and talk. Our battle against the Squad 10 commander had begun. Can I skip it? Everyone, are you okay? Takumi, am I glad to see you? So Takumi, Lady Nozomi, she's been grievously injured. She's still breathing, but she won't last much longer. She's going to die. Calm down, Kyoshika. We need to do something about the commander before we can help her. Moko, what happened here? The commander's not all that strong, but whenever we beat him, he comes right back. We've had to fight him over and over again, and during one of those battles, Nozomi went down for the count. Afraid of that, this commander has the power to control time. Little attacks won't cut it against him. He can just turn back the clock and make it like his injuries never happened. How the heck are we supposed to beat him? We have to all attack at once and inflict more damage than he can handle. Let's do this, guys. Don't give him a chance to recover. Oh, I have to fight it, actually. 31 health.
Let's go. Take this. Ready when you are.
Right.
This should do it.
I should do the buff first, and then do that.
Say when. Time to use it. Good to go. Ready when you are.
Darn it, we almost had him that time. The fiend has recovered again. At this rate, the battle will never end. Don't give up, guys. We'll get him this time. Everyone, take a deep breath and go.
My turn. Let's do this. This should do it. Let's go. There. say when. Good to go. Let's do this. Good to go. Let's do this. One last strike.
Harder. It definitely does not let you finish. Not again. We were so close. If we don't finish him soon, Nozomi really is gonna die. Cease this slinking away, coward. Stand and fight us. What are we gonna do? We fight and fight, but the commander's still not going down. Nozomi's at her limit. We need to get her back to the school before it's too late. Just then,
I'll take this guy on alone.
Oko stepped forward, proposing a plan that was completely insane. You guys go on ahead. I'll do what I can to slow him down. The way I see it, there's no other way to save Nozomi but this. Want us to leave you behind? We can't do that. Sir Takumi is right, Lady Moko. We could never abandon a comrade to die.
Yeah.
Don't be hasty, alright? If we beat him with our next attack, we'll still have time to... Shut the hell up, all of you. Moko shouted so loud it felt like she was making the ground shake with her voice alone. Listen, guys. The day Kurara died, I stood at her grave and made her a promise. A promise to protect the girls, to make sure not a single one of them died. If Nozomi dies on my watch, Kurara will never forgive me.
So let me do this. Let me protect my friend.
If one person stayed to distract the commander, the rest of us could escape and get Nozomi back to safety. That much was true. But could I really do this to Moko? Could I sacrifice one of our own? Leave Moko here and take Nozomi back to the school, or stay here and all fight the commander together? As the Alliance's leader, that was the choice I needed to make. No. Oh. For all we know, Nozomi is already too far gone. Okay, Moko, good luck. Moko, please cover us while we bring Nozomi back. No, Takumi, you can't be can't seriously be thinking about leaving Moko behind. Thank you, Takumi. Now I can finally keep my promise to Kurara. I refuse to accept this, Lady Moko. There is no sweetness in this parting, only sorrow. Never, I will never leave you behind. In fact, I shall be staying behind with... Stop. Yeah. Lady Moko, why? I caught Kyoshika's body as she fell forward, knocked unconscious by Moko. My cutie pies are in your hands now, Takumi. I know you've got what it takes to keep Nozomi and Kyoshika safe.
Because that's just what great team leaders do.
Moko encouraged me with the brightest smile on her face, a smile that'd been the source of my strength countless times before. Moko, I don't know how I can repay. Right. Time for all of you to exit the ring. The other guy's about to fly in for a second round any moment. Tsubasa, be a darling and send everyone back, alright? Love you, honey. Yeah. See you later, Moko. Moko tossed her golden headphones over to us. She must have meant for us to hold on to them as a keepsake. We loaded the unconscious Nozomi and Kyoshika into Tsubasa's vehicle and drove off without delay. As we pulled away, I looked back to see how Moko was faring.
Feast your eyes upon Moko Majiro, the apocalyptic maiden of destruction, and her iron defense of a lifetime! You'll be crossing this line over my dead body. Get ready for the match of your life, Commander!
Oko was standing in the way of the commander, determined to buy us enough time to escape. I burned the sight of that stirring scene into my mind so that I would never forget it. After rushing back to school, we called Yugamu out from the underground hangar, and then Yugamu quickly took the lead and directed us on how to save Nozomi's life. Tsubasa, grab as many packs of saline and antibiotics as you can from the infirmary. Now. Right. Takumi, use antiseptic to sterilize the room, then cover everything in sterile sheets. Alright. I'll start suturing the wounds. Man, this would have been easier if we could just toss her into the revival-matic. He began treating Nozomi's wounds with practiced ease, using his assassination skills to heal instead of kill. Relax, the wounds are not as deep as they seem. Her internal wounds are fine. Organs are fine. None of her injuries are fatal.
Huh?
So she's gonna live? The thing is, she's lost a lot of blood. Transfusion would undoubtedly save her life, but we don't have any packs of blood on hand. Not that transfusing ordinary blood has any curative effect on us. Just as I was processing what Yugamu just told me. Oh.
Intruder alert. Defense mode initiated.
Invaders at a time like this? Those sadistic cretins are clearly out to torture us. Oh wait, on the other hand, they've just shown a ray of light on this deadly hellscape we're in. What ray of light? We need to focus on treating Nozomi. We can't have time to take on invaders too. Because we now have a chance to get our hands on what we need to help her, by spilling some commander blood. What we need... Oh, you mean... After defeating a commander, the top 3 hunters on the leaderboard will receive a cryptoglobin-filled syringe as a reward. Yugamu and I were in 2nd and 3rd place, respectively, so we would have 2 syringes. We'd be able to use those syringes on Nozomi to replenish her lost cryptoglob. With that in mind, we stopped treating Nozomi, shook Kyoshiko awake, and headed to the war room to prepare for battle. Is this everyone? Or are Takamaro and the others? This is no time for us to be divided. Those people are frolicking around in dreamland, dead to the waking world. Sponsor, what are you doing here? You're not trying to interfere with the battle, I hope. The sponsor ignored our questions, choosing to stare intently at the war room monitor instead. This commander appears to be a skilled illusionist. They create illusions by blasting super powerful music through a sound truck that confuses all who hear it. Sound-based illusions. This has to be the Squad 11 commander Takumi was talking about the other day. We're fine since we have our noise-canceling headphones, but Takamaro and the others took the full brunt of the attack and are wandering around in a dream world right now, aren't they? Wait, that doesn't explain why Doremi is alright. She hasn't done anything to block out the sound. He was right, Doremi didn't seem affected at all. My head's a little fuzzy, and I'm seeing things I know aren't real, but other than that, everything's great. You can't make someone already stoner than stoned, even stonier. Oh, pain reading. As crazy as always, that's Doremi for you, albeit her brand of insanity was strangely comforting for the situation we were facing at the moment. I fail to see why you all seem so upbeat when the enemy is rapidly advancing on the academy as you speak. Look at the monitor. Cripes, the academy is under attack. Oh no, no. We have to get out there and fight now. Indeed, this is hardly the time or place to get totally wiped out. You're still needed for some stuff I have in mind, understand?
Now, go out there and show everyone your pride as hunters!
Huh?
Stop acting like you're in charge. We'll protect the school for our own reasons. Let's do this, guys. They are right there. Do I do this battle? Probably not.
All the sound trucks have been destroyed.
Aw, the illusions are gone! I'm already starting to miss them.
Maybe miss them after we take out the commander headed this way?
Yeah. Surprised the other commander didn't show up. Unless they show up now.
I am Yuki, the paragon of charity. I was too late. You must have suffered so, you poor thing. Oh, I wish I could do it all over again. Once again, from the beginning. Every time I step onto the battlefield, I am filled with nothing but the deepest regret.
Crazy.
To battle! It's the commander who can reverse time! He chased us all the way here?
Does that mean Moko's been?
The commander who wounded Nozomi and killed Moko.
Let us slay this accursed commander to avenge our fallen Lady Moko and appease our spirit.
Wow! Hate is in the air today, and I am all for it! This is my specialty! A show especially for you! Hi-ya! Here I go!
The school's crumbling!
When did they breach the walls?
Take a chill pill, everyone. It's all just an illusion.
What? That's a shame. I feel a lot chiller when I'm surrounded by death and destruction.
Most of the illusions can't harm us, so just ignore them and focus on taking out New Gang first.
The school is back to normal. The illusion was gone, which meant we had defeated the enemies for good this time. Those trucky commanders.
The enemy commanders have been put to rest.
Moko, we've avenged your death.
New Gang is finally defeated.
We couldn't have taken out two commanders at once if Moko hadn't sacrificed herself. She deserves full credit for this. Unfortunately, our rejoicing was soon cut short.
Well done taking out those formidable enemies, my Special Defense Unit hunters. I praise you for distinguishing yourselves in battle.
The sponsor's sudden appearance out of thin air dampened our celebratory mood.
Allow me to process the commanders that you've defeated. Every last drop of cryptoglobin shall be drained and concentrated.
They signaled toward the sky in the very next moment. The swarm of bees that had been hovering above us made a beeline for the falling commanders. They sucked them completely dry of cryptoglobin.
As usual, the top 3 hunters on the leaderboard will receive a cryptoglobin-filled syringe as reward. That means Takumi, Takumi, and Ugamu. Be thankful.
The sponsor gave out cryptoglobin vials to the top hunters like we had anticipated. Now we could save Nozomi. After the battle, we rushed back to Nozomi's room. Once there, we injected her with the commander's cryptoglobin without delay. Concentrated blood of 2 commanders took effect immediately. Look, everyone, Nozomi's regaining color in her face. Her wounds are starting to scab over. I had no idea we could use concentrated cryptoglobin as an analeptic, too. The deathly pale Nozomi slowly but surely became healthier right in front of our eyes. Oh, we're not even halfway. I've gone through 8 days and 2 hours.
Get ready for prepare. Be ready to give your.
It's morning. My body still felt heavy and unrested because of yesterday's tumultuous activities. Nozomi was severely injured by a commander and Moko sacrificed herself to save her. One of the worst days of my life. The day the fate of the anti-sponsor alliance took a turn for the worse. Moko. There was no time for me to grieve her death yesterday, so all of that sadness that I pushed down came bubbling to the surface this morning. I still couldn't believe how suddenly our mood maker had met her demise. Please let her be the last. I've had to endure an irrational amount of distressing situations for the last 48 days. I desperately hoped nothing bad would happen in the next 50. But the moment I made that wish, I could somehow feel in my bones that this call was going to lead to trouble. But I also knew I couldn't ignore the bell, no matter how much I wanted to. That's just what great team leaders do, right, Mako? Reluctantly, I got up and opened the door. Takumi, I regret to be the bearer of bad news, but what now? Nozomi's condition suddenly deteriorated this morning. What? I thought she was doing better yesterday. Her physical wounds have almost completely healed since we injected her with the concentrated cryptoglobin. However, other symptoms started showing up this morning. High fever, difficult breathing, pale and clammy skin. All symptoms of an active viral infection, but I couldn't find any virus in her blood. I have no idea what's causing them. High fever and difficulty breathing. Pieces immediately clicked into place in my head. Must be rejection symptoms. Rejection? What are you talking about? Well, Nozomi's different from us. I was left with no choice but to tell Ugamu Nozomi's secret. Get it now, something like graft versus host disease, then. That commander's blood we injected yesterday is starting to attack the host body. Yeah, her body isn't compatible with cryptoglobin. I should have thought of that before we injected her with it yesterday. No need to be so hard on yourself. It was the best choice out of a dearth of options. So how are we supposed to suppress these rejection symptoms? What's needed to suppress cryptoglobin rejection symptoms is more cryptoglobin. I don't need to read this. We've read this once today. We'll have to kill another commander and get her to absorb their cryptoglobin if we want to save Nozomi. But there are only 2 commanders left. Where would we even find them? There's no time. We have to go out and look for them right now. I grabbed my infuser and was about to fly out of the room when... Wait, Takumi. Yugamu pulled me back by the collar of my shirt and almost knocked the wind out of me. There's no need to go out and send yourself to an untimely death when we already have a commander right here with us. We do? Yes, someone extremely pliant and well-behaved, unlike the other commanders. I have a feeling she may even offer her blood without a fight, sparing us the need to kill her. A commander like that doesn't exist. I suddenly realized who he was talking about. He was right, we did have a commander right here with us. In a courtyard prison cell. Ava may be willing to share some of her blood with us. I am absolutely not giving anyone my blood. Despite explaining the situation to Ava and asking her to share some blood with us, I was coldly rejected. Please, we really need your blood to save Nozomi. Have you not been listening to a word I said? The god we worship prohibits the consumption of divine blood. I would no longer be a servant of God if I violated this commandment. I did, in fact, vaguely recall her saying something like that. The absorption of divine blood is strictly prohibited in our commandments. Just this once. Surely your god wouldn't get that angry. Don't be stupid. Once is all that's needed. There are no second chances. That is what faith means. Seems like it would be impossible to convince the devout Ava to break her faith, unless... Ava, if you agree to give us some of your blood, I'll give you the key to your prison cell. You said you have a daughter, right? Her name's... Mune or something? Think about it. You can free yourself and go see your beloved community then. I can't believe you're trying to exploit my love for my daughter to your own benefit. You disappoint me. I'm in no position to be picky about my methods. I need your blood to save Nozomi. So please, Ava, please save my friend. Ava lowered her eyes as an agonized look spread over her face, like she was trying to process a difficult thought. Very well, you can have some of my blood, Ava. But I can't be the one to hand it over. You'll have to take it from me yourself. I was pinned down and forced to give up some of my blood after putting up a valiant fight. Would that be the official story? Yeah, let's go with that. It was probably the best compromise she could make based on Ava's faith. We'd have to bring Nozomi here for that scenario to work. I quickly went back to Nozomi's room and brought her to the cage, with help from Yugamu and the others. Can you walk, Nozomi? Where's Moko? I must save her. Nozomi was delirious from her fever. She was still living through the battle of that day, still trying to save her friend. Thanks for agreeing to help, Ava. Now Nozomi will have a fighting chance thanks to you. Dispense with the formalities and move her inside the cage quickly. When we went into the cage, Ava took off the suit she was usually clad in. She exposed her neck, probably to make it easier for Nozomi to suck her blood. Does anyone have a blade to cut my neck with? At that, Yugamu took out his knife and made a thin cut on Ava's neck with it. Blood started trickling from the wound. Nozomi, here, bite on Ava's neck. You'll feel better after drinking her blood. We pushed Nozomi closer to Ava and positioned her lips near Ava's neck. And then... It's terrible. Nozomi bit on Ava's neck and started sucking her blood ravenously. She might have instinctively felt she would get better by drinking this blood.
She's drinking too much!
Nozomi was so focused on drinking up the blood she had literally latched herself onto Ava's neck. As soon as she said that... Mom, I'm sorry. She blurted out something completely unexpected.
I'm sorry. for falling sick so easily. Don't worry, though. I can still go on. I'll help you and make sure your experiment goes well. So, it's okay. I can handle the injections, even if I'm not feeling well. Let me help, Mom. I'll be useful. So, please. Please! Don't die!
Nozomi?
Absorbing Ava's blood might have overstimulated her, and she was clearly confused. She seemed to have mistaken Ava for her mother and kept crying and pleading for her not to die. She was likely remembering how her mother had killed herself after her cryptoglobin project was shut down.
You're being experimented on by your own mother? No! Do not agree to it! You'll just end up hurting yourself!
Ava was making desperate attempts to warn the tearful Nozomi, frantically telling her not to go along with the experiment. It almost seemed like she was talking directly to Nozomi in the past. Could it be that Ava was seeing into her memories?
No! Mom! Don't go! Don't leave me! She's no mother to you. No daughter should be expected to make sacrifices for her mother.
Nozomi and Ava held each other tightly and cried loudly until suddenly they both fell unconscious at the same time. The next morning, I immediately headed to the courtyard as soon as I woke up. Nozomi was resting in her room, and while I was concerned about her, she was being well tended to by Tsubasa and Kyoshika. Ava, on the other hand, was alone in her cage. As her caretaker, it was my duty to look after her. Morning, Ava. How are you feeling? Like absolute crap, that's how. How much blood do you think I lost yesterday? One glance and I could tell that Ava was borderline anemic. Maybe I should bring her some iron supplements later. My dear Nozomi drank me like I was a pack of fruit juice. I'll have to lecture her about her table manners later. Ava's affectionate tone of voice was throwing me a little off kilter. Ava, did you just call her my dear Nozomi? Did. What's wrong with that? I'm not trying to say it's wrong. Don't you give pet names to your relatives? That's how we do things around here, at least. What? When did Nozomi become your relative? What do you mean? She consumed my blood. We're literally blood relatives now. Oh, some people would see things that way, I suppose. This had to be some sort of cultural gap. Wait, school invaders have culture? Takumi, I relived Nozomi's life yesterday. I saw every scene of Nozomi's past in vivid detail, as if I was there. I thought it might have been something like that. Directly consuming Ava's blood briefly connected Nozomi's mind with hers. I could not believe what I saw in her memories. She was experimented on by her very own mother. Nozomi did tell me about that herself. Her mother had been researching cryptoglobin, and she experimented on Nozomi. There was so much fear, pain, and agony. Why wouldn't there be? They were basically injecting divine blood into the body of a still-growing child. It was cruel, downright cruel.
What mother in her right mind would do such a thing to her own flesh and blood?
Ava punched the floor of the cage in genuine anger. But Nozomi didn't hate her mother despite what had been done to her. In fact, she blamed herself for not being useful enough. Even though she did nothing wrong at all, such a meek and obedient girl she was. She loved her mother so much, and what did that ungrateful woman do? Instead of reciprocating Nozomi's love, she went and hanged herself. Her mother hanged herself, huh? The person who discovered her dead body was probably... Foolish woman, so what if your project failed? You had a daughter who loved you so much. What else did you need? Yes, she was a fool. Children are innocent creatures full of unconditional love for their parent. And Nozomi still loves her mother, even if that love will never be reciprocated. If she were my dear daughter, I would protect her with my life. Just then. Good morning, Ava and Takumi. Nozomi, you're feeling better already? Yeah, I've made a complete recovery thanks to Ava's blood. Ava, I'm here to thank you for saving my life. I don't remember the details, but I heard I drank a lot of your blood. Sorry about all the stress I put you through. You're looking kind of pale. Is it because of what I did? I didn't give you my blood because I wanted to save you. I did it for myself. Still, I'm thankful, and I'll definitely repay you. You protected me, and now it's my turn to protect you. This time... Nozomi? I'll protect you. Mommy? Oh. Sorry, that was a mistake. It didn't seem like a simple case of mistaken identity to me. Could it be that, just like how Ava felt empathy for Nozomi, Nozomi was feeling empathy for Ava as well? It's a wild read. I read. Takumi, if you don't mind, I'd like to be Ava's caretaker from now on. Since she's feeling unwell because of me, it's only right that I be the one to nurse her back to health. That's nice of you to offer, but Ava's leaving today. That was the condition for giving you blood. About that, actually, I've decided to stay for a little while longer. Too dangerous for me to be wandering around outside when I'm not in top condition. I'll care for you until you get better. I can whip up a pretty nutritious porridge dish. That's settled then, Takumi. I'll take that key. Hey, wait. Nozomi snatched the key to the hut out of my hands and clutched it tightly with a smile on her face. You can count on me. I know exactly what a recovering patient needs. I'm a veteran at this frail and sickly thing, after all. Nozomi's excitement was somehow making me feel all the more uneasy about the situation. I could only hope that what she felt for Ava was purely gratitude and nothing more. Wow, we're halfway.
Get ready for your 50th day. You're stepped in blood. In honor of the occasion, I've also prepared a special... I'll give them to you in person.
We never get this present. And thus began our 50th day at the Academy, and the 8th day of round 2 of the Invader Hunt. I had called for the members of the Alliance together in my room for a meeting first thing in the morning, in order to discuss the future of the Anti-Sponsor Alliance. Losing Moko was a painful blow. We'll never stop grieving. But we can't lose ourselves to despair. Moko didn't sacrifice herself for us to do that. She desperately wanted us to keep living. Lady Moko was a woman of integrity. She always puts our interests ahead of our own. By living on like she wanted us to, we become living proof that Moko made a mark on this world. That's right, we have to keep living. And for us to do that, Yugamu, how are the preparations for the assassination coming? Smoothly, I have it on good authority, that the sponsor will be dead and buried before round 3 begins, exactly as planned. Good, that means our objective remains the same. We need to stay out of last place so that none of us gets executed. Just survive, that's our only objective. Let's work toward that goal as a team. At my encouragement, everyone agreed with loud and firm voices. Moko was no longer with us, but we could still help each other to go on. Victory would be ours, as long as we survived round 2. But there was just one thing I was concerned about. For Takumi, Lady Nozomi did not show up for the meeting. She wasn't in her room. She's most likely bringing breakfast to Ava. Nozomi had been spending a lot of time with Ava since yesterday, even though this was a critical period for us. I'll go get her. The rest of you can return to your rooms to prepare for the hunt. After dismissing the group, I headed to the cage in the courtyard. There I saw...
Say Nozomi, I can feed myself.
Sure you can. But there's no need to act tough around me. Come on, say
Yeah.
Whoa, what's going on here, Nozomi? Oh, morning, Takumi. Can't you tell? I'm nursing Ava back to health. Made a special convalescent omelet porridge. It's super effective. Nozomi's home cooking. I wish I could have some too. No, wait. Why is she making special food for a captured prisoner? Do you like it, Ava? You could do with less salt. And just less seasoning in general. Your cooking skills need some work, Nozomi. Oh, come on. You're being too harsh on me. I spent a lot of time on this, you know. Flattery benefits no one. Start working on those cooking skills now or you'll never be able to get married. Dang. Who cares about getting married? There you go, being stubborn again. Never mind. Give me my second mouthful now, before the food cools. See, it's edible after all. What was I looking at? Some wholesome scene from a slice of life soap opera? Ava was treating Nozomi like her child, but that was because she had given Nozomi some of her blood. As for Nozomi, she seemed to have developed a sort of kinship with Ava all of a sudden. Actually, this wasn't just kinship, more like... Nozomi, we're all going outside to earn some points after this. You should come along. Sorry, Takumi. I'm not going outside today. I don't feel completely well yet. Oh, okay. Yeah, you did just recover from your sickness. You should rest today. Yeah, please let the others know as well. Well, we have 7 more days until the end of round 2. One day shouldn't hurt. After that, we went outside without Nozomi to earn some more points. We're streamlining it.
Any itchy spots I can help you with today, madam?
The top of my head, maybe. Yes, that's the spot. Nozomi, you sure know how to make a woman feel pampered.
Your scalp feels really stiff, madam. Shall I give you a head massage?
And that was the scene I was presented with when I went to the courtyard this morning to fetch Nozomi. Nozomi, what's going on this time? I was washing Ava's hair for her. She's sick and needs some help with her hygiene. I feel so refreshed. A prisoner getting a spa day is simply unheard of. This is pure bliss. Nozomi was becoming way too attached to someone who was basically being held captive. Unfazed by my astonishment, Nozomi started blow-drying Ava's hair cheerfully. She smiled so happily like an ordinary little girl. In the end, Nozomi didn't join us for that day's hunt either. This is something. And that's why I think Nozomi's becoming way too attached to Ava. When the Alliance gathered in my room first thing in the morning, we started discussing Nozomi's recent behavior. I feel like this has gone beyond more gratitude to Ava for saving her life. What's making Nozomi so obsessed with Ava? Maybe it was because she consumed Ava's blood directly by mouth while also being in physical contact with her. Unspoken biological data was shared somehow and a strong bond was forged from that. That's quite likely. Ava even admitted that she saw Nozomi's memories. Maybe Nozomi saw Ava's memories as well? Such sophisticated concepts are beyond me, but I do observe that Lady Nozomi seems to be seeking a mother figure in her life. Mother figure.
Huh.
Lady Nozomi has the tendency to be drawn toward women who are intrinsically maternal. Take Lady Moko, for example. Whenever the two of them were together, Lady Nozomi always exuded great joy. Moko was the very definition of maternal, or should I say, a mother hen. Though in order to fill the void Moko left behind, Nozomi has become attached to Ava, someone who is equally as motherly. Alright, I think that's enough psychoanalyzing Nozomi for today. The more important thing is, how do we get her away from Ava and convince her to return to the battlefield? As things stand now, there are two methods we can try. The first is to drive Ava out of the academy immediately. The second is to just kill her on the spot. No killing. I'd feel bad if we did that. How do we feel about Nozomi's precarious position on the leaderboard? She's currently second to last. It won't be long before she falls into last place if she keeps refusing to take part in the hunt. Yugama was right. Nozomi didn't have much time left to rectify the situation. If she kept fawning on Ava and being unreasonable about joining the hunt, we might eventually have to take drastic measures. I'll go talk to her one more time. Ask her to think seriously about earning more points so that we can survive the second round together. And so I headed to the cage in the courtyard to do just that. Thought I would be greeted by the sight of Nozomi playing house with Ava again, however...
I hate you, Ava! You're just trying to be mean now!
I am not! Everything I said was for your own good!
Stepping into the courtyard, I immediately heard loud bickering coming from the direction of the cage.
Shut up! Shut up! You don't know anything about me!
Wait, Nozomi! I'm not done yet!
Nozomi ran from the cage and straight out of the courtyard with tears in her eyes. I quickly went over to the cage to ask Ava what had happened. What happened, Ava? I saw Nozomi crying. Yes, because I told her what needed to be said. What was that? I told her frankly her mother was a piece of incorrigible trash and she should stop loving someone like that. Whoa, that's a really sensitive topic for her, Ava. She's been struggling with her feelings for her mother. Of course she'd be upset to hear you say all that. You don't think her mother is a piece of trash? We're talking about someone who subjected her own mother to live experimentation, you know. No, that's not what I meant. The waste of breath who ended herself after her project was shut down without sparing a single thought for the daughter she tortured through those very experiments. Okay, when you put it like that, I admit she does appear to fit the definition of human trash. Still, it wasn't what you said, but how you said it. Someone had to tell her the ugly truth, or else her pain would never end. Nozomi still loves her mother, so she blames herself for her mother's suicide. Poor girl, I must free her from this suffering. It's true that telling Nozomi the truth would be good for her in the long run, but people usually avoided such conversations. Nobody wanted to be hated by their friends. You're so strong. Aren't you afraid she might hate you? Ava? Does she hate me now? I don't know. She probably hates me now. I made her cry. I'm always like this, even with Commune. I'd get agitated, say things I shouldn't. Then we'd get into a big fight. Someone like me is just not cut out to be a parent. Takumi, do you happen to have some alcohol lying around? Drown my sorrows with me tonight. Alcoholic. And teach me the right way to raise Nozomi. Well, why would there be alcohol lying around? Telling the truth as it was, and then bursting into tears afterwards. Talk about mood swings. How did she ever become a command? I'll go check on Nozomi. Headed for Nozomi's room with the intention of using this chance to drive a wedge between her and Ava. We were in the middle of a war and killing game. This was no time for anyone to be playing happy families with a prisoner. Takumi, I'm sorry you had to see all that just now.
Huh?
Yeah, about that. What happened, actually? Do you mind telling me?
Ah.
I need to keep tabs on everyone because I'm technically team leader, so... No, I don't mind. This might take a while, so come in. I need someone to vent to right now anyway. Nozomi gestured for me to step inside her room, and then... And Ava was so mean to me. She wouldn't stop complaining about the soup I spent so much time making. She said it was bland, tasteless, and needed more seasoning. To top it all off, she said nobody would ever marry me if I kept cooking like this. She's so old-fashioned, things like that don't matter these days. I listened to Nozomi vent for much longer than I had expected. I was honestly surprised to see this side of her. I'd always pegged her as the grounded, long-suffering type who never complained. I could deal with her grumbling about me, but this time she went after my mother. She called her a trashy researcher who experimented on her own daughter. Wasn't that mean of her? She doesn't even know the whole story. Yeah, that was mean of her. She went too far. I decided to use this as an opportunity to drive a wedge between the two of them. I'm not surprised she's so heartless. She's a true blue school invader. She's only acting human-like to lull us into a false sense of security before she... Don't you dare talk about Ava like that. She raised her voice so suddenly I thought my eardrums might burst. What's gotten into you? You started talking bad about her first. I have the right, but I won't stand for hearing anyone else speak ill of her. Complaining about her and then turning around to desperately defend her. It was almost like Nozomi thought she was... You're being weird, Nozomi. Ava's not related to you or anything. I know you're emotionally attached to her because she saved your life, but there has to be boundaries. This is neither the time nor place to be playing family with an invader. You'll die if you don't start focusing on the hunting game now. Nozomi lowered her eyes sadly, but I had no intention of holding back. I will keep urging her to stop this charade until she comes to her senses. The night I received Ava's blood, I had a dream. What dream? A dream where I relived Ava's life. So I was right, Nozomi saw Ava's memories too. Ava never wanted to become a soldier, but she had to live up to the expectation of those around her because she was born with the power of cryptoglobin. Elevated to the status of a hero, she fought battle after battle while thinking in her heart, if only I could just hurry up and die. I was surprised to learn that Ava felt that way. However, she stopped trying to seek death after one faithful day. The day she adopted her daughter. Commune. Yes, Commune. She's the daughter of Ava's dead older brother, so she is technically her niece. Ava's life changed completely after she adopted Commune. Hi, Raven. How was Hellworld? Nozomi grabbed a pen and started drawing what looked like a face in a notebook. Was this the Commune we were talking about? Commune was a bright young prodigy and refused to listen to Ava at first. She would mock Ava disrespectfully and caused her a lot of headaches. Ava was about to give up. She had no idea how to handle Commune. Until one night, Ava found Commune secretly crying by herself. She wailed and cried for her mommy and daddy, just like a normal child. No, Commune had always been a normal child. Once Ava realized that, she held Commune in a tight embrace and made a promise. She promised to put aside Commune's status as a child prodigy and treat her the same way a real parent would. She promised to love her to the end, like she was her own flesh and blood. That must be why Ava was so desperate to keep living, even if it meant being taken prisoner. She didn't want to leave Commune alone in the world. Ava's feelings for her daughter are genuine. That's why I felt comfortable enough speaking my mind to her. I should have been that way with Mom. If I'd just been honest with her about my feelings, she wouldn't have. I know you feel guilty about what happened to your mother, and I won't deny that the affection you feel for Ava is real. Can't you do all that after surviving the second round? You're in second to last place at the moment. One wrong move and you'll be executed. So please, Nozomi, join the game tomorrow and start earning points. Nozomi, why won't you look at me? I've misunderstood the school invaders. I used to think they were nothing but heartless monsters. But they're not. They have family and loved ones too, like I saw in Ava's memories. That's why. She looked at me with determination and said,
That's why I won't fight the invaders anymore. I will be the one to die in the second round.
Oh. Do I want to continue? I'm kind of tired. Day 53. Oh. I mean, we made some progress. I always skipped one day. Not even one day, to be honest. I mean, do we actually know Moko's dead? I don't think we do. All I want is info so that I can continue this line. One of these. Which one is it? This one, it looks like. Reach story log 2. But for now, we're gonna be done. I might take a nap. I keep waking up way too early. All right. Probably this one sounds good. Alright, you guys. Thanks for hanging out. We got a couple days done. It is certainly a slow process. But we will continue making progress. According to Steam, we have 53% of achievements. But that doesn't mean much because 21 of them are hidden achievements, which just means route probably. Oh, I read. We got a long way to go in this game. But tomorrow we'll continue. It'll be earlier stream and hopefully longer. But I'm gonna send us off. So thank you guys for hanging out, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, night, evening, afternoon, morning. And I'll see you guys next time.